What if the self-love practices you've been doing are actually keeping you trapped in the very emptiness you're trying to escape? The truth about authentic self-love has been hidden beneath rose petals and positive affirmations, a truth that might shatter everything you thought you knew about loving yourself. In the next few minutes, I'll reveal the 5 transformational steps that took me from performing self-care to experiencing profound self-love. If you've ever felt empty despite doing all the right things, this isn't just another video. It's the permission you've been waiting for to love yourself completely. The $11 billion self-care industry sells us a glossy version of self-love, all the while anxiety and depression continue rising. We've been seduced by the aesthetics while missing the essence. True self-love isn't found in bubble baths or morning affirmations, although they are very nice. It dwells in the messy, broken places where your deepest truths lie beneath layers of should-bes and almost enoughs. The greatest deception of modern self-love culture is in its insistence on perpetual light. Good vibes only becomes a weapon we use against ourselves when darkness inevitably comes. These 5 steps form not just a process, but initiation into wholeness. The first step is sacred surrendering. The paradox of power begins with letting go. Look at 3 specific areas of surrender most women struggle with. The first is identities that once protected but now confine you. That strong one identity that helped you survive childhood may now be preventing vulnerability and connection. The second one is in relationships that once nourished but now deplete. I know a friend who clung to a 15-year friendship that had become one-sided and draining because she feared being alone. And the third are beliefs about your worth that were never yours to begin with. The idea that your value is tied to productivity, appearance, or other people's approval. Take time to write out the answers to these specific questions. What am I exhausted from carrying that was never mine to hold? If no one were watching or judging, what would I let go of immediately? What part of my life feels like I'm pushing the river? Then when you are done writing, physically release this. Burn the paper, dissolve it in water, or bury it in the earth with a specific intention of release. Step 2 is to embrace your shadow. The parts of yourself you've exiled hold the very medicine you need. Your shadow aspects fall into 3 common categories. The first one is the emotional shadows, the too much emotions like rage, jealousy, or desire that women are conditioned to suppress. When embracing your anger rather than pushing it down, you can finally set boundaries that transform your life. The second is the power shadows, the aspects of yourself that felt threatening to others. Your ambition, your voice, your knowing, these often got you in trouble as a child. And the third is the vulnerability shadows, the needs and softness you learned to hide because they made you weak or needy. One friend of mine realized her inability to receive love stemmed from hiding in the shadows. One way to work with your shadow is to create a shadow integration practice. You can light a candle representing consciousness and then write continuously for 10 minutes, answering, "The parts of myself I find hardest to love are." Then place your hand directly on your heart, skin-to-skin contact, and speak aloud to these parts. "I see you, I hear you, I'm listening now." Follow this with this specific question. What wisdom do you have for me? And record what comes without judgment. I do have a full video on your shadow self if you would like to watch it here for a more in-depth understanding of your shadow and how to work with it. Step 3 is the boundary alchemy. A woman without clear boundaries is like a home without doors. Everyone enters at will, taking what they need. The 3 core boundary categories to master are physical boundaries, your body, personal space, privacy, and physical needs. Women often override these to please others. Practice saying, "I need my space right now," or "my body is telling me no." Emotional boundaries, protecting your energy, your inner peace, and your emotional bandwidth. Create a sacred no practice for requests that drain you. Digital boundaries, the most overlooked type. Create specific tech-free sanctuaries in time and space. You can transform your sleep and reduce anxiety by simply implementing a 9 p.m. phone curfew. The boundary alchemy formula has 3 parts. I need, state a boundary clearly. When that doesn't happen, I feel, own your emotional reality. Going forward, I will, state your commitment to self. For example, I need uninterrupted time to work. When that doesn't happen, I feel frustrated and devalued. Going forward, I will close my office door and put up a do not disturb sign during focus hours. Practice in the mirror daily for 7 days until your nervous system believes what you mean. I do have another video that goes fully in the depth of creating boundaries that you can watch here. Step 4 is your intuitive sovereignty. Beneath the noise whispers a voice that has never led you astray, your intuition. Understand the 3 languages your intuition speaks. sensations, physical feelings in your body, the stomach tightening, the chest opening, the throat constricting. Map your personal intuitional signals by reflecting on past decisions that were clearly right and clearly wrong. Images, the flashes, visions, or symbols that appear in your mind's eye. These are often dismissed as random, but contain potent wisdom. Knowing, the unexplainable certainty without logical evidence. This is your highest intuition channel. You can try doing the 5-minute intuition activation. All you have to do is to sit comfortably with a straight spine, place one hand over your heart, one on your lower belly, take 3 breaths that expand your ribs in all directions. Ask one specific question about a decision or a situation. Listen without demanding an immediate answer. Record whatever comes to your mind, the sensation, images, words, knowings. Do this for 30 days daily and track the patterns. Your intuition strengthens with attention, just like a muscle. Step 5 is embodied presence. Self-love isn't an intellectual concept. It's a lived experience in the body. The 3 pathways to embodiment are sensation, directly experiencing the physical world through your senses. When eating, truly taste. When touching, truly feel. When you're seeing, truly observe. This interrupts the constant mental chatter. Movement, not as an exercise, but as an expression. How does your body want to move right now? Does it want to dance, stretch, shake, or be still, according to your body's wisdom, not external shoulds? Breath, the bridge between conscious and unconscious. Different breathing patterns access different states. Slow, deep breathing into your belly activates your parasympathetic system, literally changing your neurobiology. The 60-second return home practice is placing both feet firmly on the ground, feeling the support beneath you. Notice the distinct points of contact between your body and its support. Take 3 breaths that move all the way into your pelvis, and then name 3 things you can see, 2 you can hear, and 1 you can taste. Place the hand on your heart and whisper, "I am here with you now." When combined, these 5 practices create what I call the quantum self-love, a complete integration of your shadows and light, feminine and masculine energies, doing and being states. The journey transforms not just how you feel about yourself, but how you move through the world. When you no longer abandon yourself, you stop accepting crumbs from others. The dark side of self-love isn't dark because it's negative. It's simply been hidden, waiting in fertile darkness for discovery. The woman you are becoming requires nothing less than all of you, shadows, light, and everything in between. She's waiting, and she's worth it.